What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to my channel. I am the Eva Monroe. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel today. So today I'm going to be sharing 7 of my sexiest, sweet, seductive fragrances for the mature woman. So you guys have asked me, give us sexy. What's hot? What's sexy? I want to smell date night yummy and all that type of stuff. So even though y'all ain't going on no dates right now, and neither am I, I got together 7 yummy, gorgeous scents that skip that whole juvenile, juicy, fruity, sweet thing, because you know, we're grown women. That's not what we're looking for most days. Some days, yes, but you know, when you want to smell sexy, you want to smell grown and sexy. So let's jump right in. First, let me address the elephant in the room, which is I have no more IKEA glass cases. And every time someone had one of those IKEA epic fails, someone was always tagging me in the photo. And they were like, see, Eva Monroe, see? And so I was like, you know what? It's a chance I don't want to take. So I got rid of them. And one day when I was inspecting my shelves, I actually noticed some of the shelves had a little bow in the glass. So I was like, no, I don't ever want to walk in here and see all of my stuff laying on the floor. So they're not a bad investment, but they're only $50. And if you're going to load them down with like 300 bottles, that's probably not a good idea. If you're going to get them, I would keep my collection small and simple in those shelves. So some things just can't be replaced. All right, so let's jump right in because I have some goodies for you guys today. Okay, so the very first one, number 1, is from the house of Lancome, or actually from Lancome. And it is La Nuit Tresor. Look at the beauty, a diamond, shine bright like a diamond. Okay, back in the day, I was a full-fledged Tresor girl. I want y'all to know this. But I wore it so much and I wore it so heavily, I hate it today. Like I will never smell it. I don't want to smell it on anyone. I literally made myself sick of the original Tresor. And a few years ago, I purchased Tresor in Love, and it just wasn't my thing, so I got rid of it. But when I smelled La Nuit Tresor, oh, I felt absolutely head over heels in love with this thing. We have pear, bergamot, orange. There's a vanilla accord, rose, passion fruit, strawberry, incense, praline, coffee, and tonka. It just sounds sexy, right? The notes sound sexy. The top of this fragrance, it starts out very fruity, very sweet, very feminine. But in the middle of the fragrance, I really love the way that the strawberry appears, the way that it just shows itself. And it's a very nice strawberry. It's not that like Bath and Body Works juicy strawberry thing. It still remains very grown up because it starts to like mingle in with the incense and all that good stuff. But the base is where the grown and sexy happens, because the base of this fragrance is sweet, smoky coffee. So you're going to start off the night smelling really sexy and girly and feminine. And then by the end of the night, he's going to be like, oh, you smell like an edible grown woman. I love this. La Nuit Tresor from Lancome. Okay. Do I have the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette? Look, I'm a woman of a more mature age. I think this is an yes, this is an Eau de Parfum. So there you go. All right. Now, next on my list is Givenchy. It is L'intredit. You guys have heard me talk about this before. I have never worn this and not gotten compliments off of this. This is actually my second bottle of this, and y'all know I don't go through anything, but this is my second bottle of this. My last bottle, I actually used it down to about there, and then I gave it away. So I was like, let me buy that again. This is absolutely stunning. Very stunning. Bergamot, pear, tuberose, orange blossom, jasmine, patchouli. There's some vetiver, vanilla, and ambrox in here. Very grown up. Is this Ropion? I want to say this is a Dominic Ropion creation. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. Very sexy. Very sexy, very grown up vibe here. So this fragrance was created back in the day for Audrey Hepburn. And of course, it's been reformulated, but still an amazing, sexy fragrance. All right, next on my list, this one I know for a fact is a Mr. Dominic Ropion creation, and it is Messy Sexy, just rolled out of bed, a lab on fire. I love when people ask me what I'm wearing when I'm wearing this. I told you guys this before. I just love saying I'm messy sexy, just rolled out of bed. And they're like, what is that? And where do you get it? Because it smells so, so good. There's like toffee, bergamot, heliotrope, everything's sweet. It smells very messy and very sexy at the same time. I love to wear this to bed more than I love to wear this anywhere else. And I would definitely wear this on a sexy date night if I was going to be doing like Netflix and chill or something. You know, we don't do that around here. But very sexy fragrance. So a lab on fire, messy sexy, just rolled out of bed. Y'all know how I feel about that. All right, the next one on my list is from the house of Roja Dove, and it is Roja Reckless pour femme. Who I shared this when I first got this. This is one of those fragrances that I was not knocked out by until I actually wore it like the third time. And when I wore it for like the third time and I just kept smelling it on myself, I was like, you know, when you have on a fragrance and you say, wow, this smells sexy, it just means more to me than when someone else says you smell sexy. Because people have told me I smelled sexy when I had on Aquilina Pink Sugar before. And it's like a third of the price of this. So I love this. People compare this to Love Don't Be Shy. And I see the comparison, but this smells so much more luxurious and expensive than that. This is bergamot, citruses, aldehydes. There's jasmine, iris, geranium, which is not pronounced in this fragrance. I don't really pick up on it at all. Ylang ylang, peach, rose, vetiver, cinnamon, tonka, clove, and there's animalic stuff going on in this fragrance, which in the ultimate dry down of this thing, that's the part I love the most. Like, it's very animalically sexy, and I love that. Still holds on to that sweetness, but oh, this is absolutely stunning. Roja Reckless. Now, I have bad news. Don't try to run out and buy this because I believe that this has been discontinued. So unless you can find like a partial of this or something, I don't believe that Roja sells this anymore. So Roja, when you want to smell reckless, you pick up your Roja Reckless. All right, next on my list is Dior. It's a Dior. It's a plain old Dior you can find anywhere, but it's Dior Addict. And every woman knows about this. This is very uniquely sexy, in my opinion, to just be a regular old Dior fragrance that you can run out and pick up at Ulta Beauty Supply. It's very sexy. Now, don't ever spray this on your white shirt. And let me show you why. This sprays red. I don't know if you can see that. You can see that little red tint. Yeah, it sprays red. So don't spray it on your clothing. However, oh, this is so good. There's blackberry, mandarin leaf, orange blossom, jasmine, rose, sandalwood, tonka, and vanilla. You guys, I just find that whole orange blossom and neroli thing to just be so sexy. And if you pay attention to how many fragrances I'm going to talk about today that actually have one or the other of those notes in them, it just gives a fragrance a very sexy vibe, in my opinion. Now, let me go back real quick because this doesn't say anything about an orange blossom or a neroli or anything like that, but I feel like I pick up on it here. That could just be in my own mind, but that's what I feel with that fragrance. However, this is very mysteriously sexy. It's very unique. Like, in my opinion, it just does not smell like your typical mainstream designers. It's worth having. The longevity on this thing is really good. So again, Dior Addict. You can pick this up for like 80 bucks, I think, in like Ulta or Sephora, stores like that. Okay, my next fragrance is, this is sexy, you guys. I'm gonna call this Sexy Safanad from the house of Parfums de Marly. Safanad. So you guys know I lived my whole life for a thalia. And if I was going to wear a thalia, I would wear a thalia during the daytime, blazered up, slacks, coming in the room, with this type of vibe right here, and I'm sitting down, in the meeting, looking at everybody crazy, like I sometimes do. But that's where I would wear a thalia. Safanad, when I went out at night and I removed the glasses and the blazer, and maybe I have on like a sexy tank underneath or something like that with my slacks and my stilettos, I would cover myself in Safanad. She is very sexy. Safanad has orange, pear, orange blossom, ylang ylang, iris, amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. She just got this very sweet, sexy, really nice vibe that, while I feel like it's playful and it's very sexy, I still feel like it's very grown woman at the same time. This is my thing here, y'all. This is really a new thing of mine. Since I got this, I have just been wearing this nonstop. Now, I gotta tell you one little piece of bad information about Safanad. Safanad, the longevity on Safanad is not what I hoped it to be. It's not what a thalia is on my skin. It just, after about 2-ish hours or so, it is like closer than close to the skin. Like it's you got to go in for it. But again, Netflix and chill, sexy date night. This is everything you want to smell like. So keep it with you. So, when you feel it fleeting, just reapply it. But it is definitely worth having. So, were those all 7 of my sexy, sweet, or no. I have one more. I have one more. I could not forget this. Okay, this last one. Let me tell you the notes of the fragrance before I show you the actual fragrance. Nutmeg, cinnamon, sandalwood, oud, cedar, tonka, tobacco blossom. We're working with an oriental woody here. And Orientals are known for being sexy. But I'm speaking of Casamorati Bouquet Ideal from the house of Xerjoff. Let me tell y'all about the biggest mistake I ever made in my life. I bought this partial from someone. And then later on, I purchased a brand new 30 ml bottle of this. And during egg clean out, I decided to sell my 30 ml bottle. And that was the biggest mistake I ever made in my life, because I'm going to run out of this. And I'm going to actually, the next time I'm going to actually buy this 100 ml bottle again. But the nutmeg and the cinnamon in the top of this fragrance absolutely drive me insane. And it's not like sweet potato pie type nutmeg and cinnamon. It's not that vibe. It's very, very sexy. This fragrance is almost entirely too sexy. Now it says that there's oud here, but I just pick up on a slight bit of a oud with a little bit of sweetness in there that oud sometimes provides in a fragrance. And the tobacco blossom is absolutely amazing in this fragrance. This is beautiful. Every time I've shared this with someone, they're always like, I love that. This is definitely like special occasion. I just want to turn some heads type sexy, sexy grown woman vibe. This, in my opinion, is 100% unisex. And honestly, if you want to know the truth, I actually purchased this partial from a man who actually was very fond of this fragrance himself. So, from the house of Casamorati Bouquet Ideal, or actually from the house of Xerjoff Casamorati Bouquet Ideal. I have another Casamorati that I'm going to share with you guys in a later video that I've actually had for about 2 years now. And I was really sleeping on, but she should have been on this sexy list. But I only wanted to do 7 because if I did 10, y'all would have been talking about me because of mine. No. Thank you guys so much for watching me today. Until I see you again, be blessed. If you have a sexy grown woman fragrance, a sweet, sexy grown woman fragrance, leave it in the comment section below. Be blessed and bye for now.